blue jacket, no pants. You must be Peter Rabbit.
Yeah, that's right. Wait, didn't you try to eat me? Show me your teeth. Do like a go, like. It was you. I knew it. How are you? So good to see you.
Hey.
Hey howdy, hey wildlife critters, Wolfman 47 here, and I'd like to apologise for the blinking light there, because as it turned out, the light bulb that I was using while I was filming LEGO Star Wars: The Complete Saga gameplay video, it did actually get bright eventually, but it's blinking. So yeah, I'm going to try my best not to spend too much in this video while it's blinking, because in case some of you might get triggered or something. I definitely got triggered by it, so yeah. Excuse me. So we are now in spring, and as we all know, spring is a time when wildlife things like bunnies, hedgehogs and so forth come out of hibernation. One sort of franchise that is very closely connected to the springtime is a series of books by Beatrix Potter called Peter Rabbit, about a group of anthropomorphic animals that are in and around the world of Mr. McGregor's farm. Mr. McGregor's garden. Mr. McGregor being the human character and also the main antagonist of the franchise. So, I just let it finish drinking. So, it got me thinking, with the rise of horror flicks based on stuff that's been entering the public domain, such as Steamboat Willie and Winnie the Pooh, I decided that it's probably worth looking into a potential other idea for a horror flick. Not saying that it will be as good as those ones. So yeah, which begs the question: what if Peter Rabbit was a horror? Now, I was talking to Clank Zoka about this the other day, and I think the way this would work, and he agrees, and this was actually his idea first I kind of agree with him, is that it would probably be role reversal. So Mr. McGregor is the main protagonist, and all the characters from Peter Rabbit are the ones that try and enter the garden and sort of be horror-like animals, trying to destroy everything and murder Mr. McGregor and all sorts. And this stems from the fact that Mr. McGregor did actually kill Peter's father. And that would probably be something that would work as a horror. Yeah, really basic premise, because it's probably how it would work if those books were ever or currently are in public domain. When I recorded this video, I didn't actually check if it was in public domain yet, but there's a good chance it will be in public domain soon. Probably not yet, but who knows. So yeah. Lots of beloved children's franchises are probably going to get the same treatment later down the line. I know Paddington will be one for sure. That series of books doesn't enter public domain till 2054, by which point I'll be quite old, probably in my 60s or 50s, more likely my 60s. So yeah. So that's really all I can say, really. But I'll now talk about how I feel about the books. So I haven't read the books myself, but I have been told them as bedtime stories when I was little. I know the Peter Rabbit book, the first one, was displayed one of the few instances where a rabbit or little creature that's wearing clothes. Oh, and the light's gone off. There we go. Where the creature loses his clothes, basically. And it's not the first time, because I know there was an animated film called Once Upon a Forest where a woodland critter lost its clothes, and yeah. I guess it's sort of a way to sort of explain environmental films and all that, but I don't know. So yeah, I've not only read like the main Peter Rabbit books or been told them as bedtime stories. I've not read all the others. I know there's like a Beatrix Potter thing in Scotland somewhere that is sort of like a sort of exhibition experience thing. And I also know that there have been a couple of films. film starring a certain chat show host that me and Clank Soka especially, have strong reservations about, because he is a particular person that behind the scenes is quite a character, by which I mean, and not in like the nice way. So yeah. But going back to the main topic about how it would work as a horror, I think that's how it would work. So, role reversal, Mr. McGregor is the protagonist. We try and be sympathetic with him. He's trying to fend off the critters from trying to enter his garden and trying to murder him and his wife. Or because Peter Rabbit's father was put into a pie by Mrs. McGregor, as portrayed in the book. Yeah, pretty simple, straightforward, doesn't need to be complicated or over the top or anything. And if it does become a horror, then who knows, might be better than Winnie the Pooh and whatever Steamboat Willie will end up becoming. And might also be better than The Grinch as well, because I know The Grinch had a horror remake be made as well. I guess one of the things about when something goes into public domain is that, of course, it's going to have different versions of it be made, because once it's in public domain, that's it. There's no legal issues or anything. You can do whatever you want with it, which has led to the creation of the Winnie the Pooh horror, the announcement of the Steamboat Willie horror, and the Grinch horror, and probably other horrors. In fact, I think there is a rule where for every big major film that's released, or every film that's released widely, there's always going to be a horror version, there's always going to be a parody version, and there's always going to be a porno version, because people just want to make fun of it for all it's worth, because that's all they are. So yeah. As I think with the two P-Rabbit films that we've had already, I'm not that keen on them. I think they're alright. I don't think there's anything wholly wrong with them, but they are definitely for a particular target audience. So yeah. And I can't think of anything else to say about Peter Rabbit other than do check out the children's books if you haven't done so already. They are pretty good, and definitely much better than J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter books. Because even though J.K. Rowling's books do get complex and so forth, there is very clear that she sucks at universe building. Beatrix Potter, on the other hand, sticks to a very simple, straightforward thing, and it's done really well. So yeah, it is definitely part of British culture for sure. Peter Rabbit is, along with other stuff, but it's definitely something that many of us have grown up with here in the UK. And that's all I'm going to say on that. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then please like, share, comment and subscribe. See you next one. Peace to you all. Apologies for the lighting. It was going to go eventually. And if you find yourself being reincarnated as a woodland critter, maybe try not to go on a murderous rampage against a person just because they stuffed your father inside a pie. So yeah, that's definitely how a horror P-Rabbit would work. So yeah. Alright. Doodles.